Herstory. I am so thrilled to have today's guest on, not just because she is a member of the Mile High Club, I'm assuming because she's a little bit of a slut. Ladies and ladies, welcome Beryl Markham, pioneering aviatrix, racehorse trainer, and sworn enemy to Amelia Earhart, the good girl of aviation. We got the bad girl over here, right? High five, sister.
Sworn enemy? Oh, no. She made her historic flight 4 years before I did. What? I was flying a tiny plane, really, about as small as this tiny home that you have where you shoot this herstory thing. And it was called the Vega Gull. The name of it was the Messenger. Someone had loaned it to me, actually, dared me to fly across the Atlantic. And I said yes. Certainly not because I was a sworn enemy, as this woman seems to think, of Amelia Earhart. No. The reason why I decided to make my historic flight was because I was in love with a man named Tom Campbell Black. Essentially broken my heart and gone off and married another woman in the United States. What better way to get the attention of a married man than to make international headlines for flying across the Atlantic solo as a female?
Well, I wouldn't have known that.
How could his wife compete with something like that? Who would you choose?
Well,
you'll soon learn that the answer to all the questions that I pose is usually Beryl Markham. Okay. Tom Campbell Black was incredibly proud of me. He even made a comment to the press about it. Before we were reunited, he was killed. And it broke my heart yet again.
You might notice this elephant brooch I'm wearing. I'm wearing it in honor of the fact that you grew up in Kenya.
What a lovely accessory. Almost as lovely as that turtleneck.
It is a flattering cut.
I was born in Britain, but I moved to Kenya with my father when I was 4 years old. C.B. Clutterbuck was my father's name.
What a name.
Incredible man. I idolized him, you know. And so I grew up very unconventionally. When I was 18, I became the very first woman on the entire continent of Africa to earn her horse training license.
Now, as I mentioned, you and Amelia Earhart were in a rival in the skies, all right? When her plane went down, possibly in the Bermuda Triangle, you were pretty mum about the whole thing. Do you know anything about the whereabouts of Amelia Earhart's plane? Because I know that women in competition can get mighty catty.
I will go on the record and say Beryl Markham was probably gallivanting off with someone while Amelia Earhart was plummeting to her death in the Bermuda Triangle. Who knows? I have no interest in, you know, doing away with her.
Speaking of planes, bombs away. Hold on.
Hand it to me.
Let's try this again.
Oh, terrible.
Here we go. Oh, mercy. Third time's the charm. Okay.
It's the worst paper airplane I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
just hand it to me.
So fun, Beryl Markham. Buzz, buzz. What are you gonna check?
Why is kill in quotes? Do you mean did I metaphorically kill her? No, I'm checking some box.
C'est la vie, or c'est la muerte, in the case of Amelia Earhart, who is dead. Now, Beryl Markham, after you made your historic flight, Columbia Pictures immediately offered you a movie deal, which you did turn down, but you did write a memoir called The Lives of Beryl Markham by Errol.
It's not my book.
Oh, it's not?
My book is a memoir, by definition, written by me, Beryl Markham.
Well, it had your face on it.
West with the Night, it was became a bestseller.
Now, 1942, your memoir, West with the Nile.
West with the Night.
Nine. Okay, 1942, your memoir, West with the Fight, came out, and it not only detailed your history of aviation and also horse training, but the many lives and scandals of Beryl Markham. You set men's hearts aflame, hither, thither, and yon. It was once said that Ernest Hemingway came on to you, but he actually said no. And he was astounded because you never say no. You're Beryl Markham. You're a bit loose in the boots. No judgment. At the peak of your tomfoolery, you had an affair with the Duke of Gloucester, son of King George V and Queen Mary.
Prince Henry. Oh yes, he was insatiable. Once I realized that King George and Queen Mary was so distraught over me having an affair with their dear son, that they would pay me off. And if you're going to have an affair, you might as well do it with someone who can pay you to get out the door.
I am a single woman like you, and I have needs. Don't you wish that you were a housewife or something? I sometimes give myself indigestion just to make my stomach upset, to trick myself into feeling like I have morning sickness, to maybe get as close as I possibly ever could to feeling pregnant. Otherwise, my womb is... it might as well just be filled with bubble wrap. Do you know what I mean?
Listen to this. In 1998, a crater on the planet Venus was named after me. It's the Markham crater. I don't think many people can say that. When my book was republished in 1983, it became a bestseller.
Oh, bestseller. I'll have to read this at some... Oh wait, it's not your book, is it? Less with the Fright? Is that
West
what
with the Night.
West with the Night. I hope that if you write another book, maybe a follow-up to Crest with the Light, maybe include your new friend.
You have certainly given me something to write about. I don't know that it would be all that flattering, though.
Well, while you get to that, I think that I'm gonna go away, because I now want to stay and have a baby.